Right. There was a point here. Yeah. Yeah. All your clients know precisely what's happening at all times. Why? Because you're communicating with them either via radio transceiver or via camera?
Good idea.
Objection!
No. Hold on. Double press continues. Yeah, so they know at all times what's going on. It wasn't because of the camera that would have been running at the time of the murder. Transmission of the data to the clients? Is that what you're trying to imply here, even though that was going to a different place than expected? Back to the bearer? It could be something along those lines, or it could be the transceiver. No? No, it's not going to go that way. If they're not going precisely off of the... Let me just do the third one, just to be 100.
As far as we know, she didn't know.
Yeah, that doesn't make
until
sense.
She went in, right?
Correct, well, as far as we know, but that also could, but like it could have been, according to what he's saying, like she knew he was dead, but she walked in order to, begin the framing, but then, oh well, hold on. Besides the part where they said they know what's going on at all times, there was the shocked spill.
Oh, why would she be shocked if she already knew? With the broken glass?
There was that moment, the broken glass. Yeah. Is that what we're going to use here? It could be that. The reason why I'm hesitating is because of the press line that specifically says that talks about what they know when. So let's see if we go this way. No.
What was the previous line before that?
That's odd. while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene.
And that's where he talks about the alibi, right?
Yes.
Objection!
No. Okay. There's the statement, which... Alright, she already knew from the very beginning. And then, when we zoom in, by pressing, our attention is drawn towards the communication. We've already tried the camera. We've already tried all the other communication devices. So that doesn't work. Neither does the shock of the crime scene. I mean, I don't know that the juice or the guitar case would represent that idea sufficiently enough. But the idea being that she made a mistake. Like, that's too distant.
Objection!
It's too distant. Yeah. She walked over with the knife. If what he's saying is true, she got up with the intent to frame. So this doesn't disprove that point. It wasn't a great plan walking into the room and then suddenly someone else walking out, but... If what she's saying is true, then no. No, it's not that thread. It's not that thread.
How could she have known? No. Yeah, I'm running out of ideas.
What ideas?
Well, how to fucking swing it?
No, I know. I'm just like, if you've got any, let me know. I'm definitely working through everything I've got. I don't know what other angle to attack this from. I've walked through it all verbally right now. I feel like if we're going into her thought process, you know, I've recapped all that. But if you have any thoughts, please. Like,
Well, how would Adrian Andrews already know that he was dead? As far as we know, she walked in and she saw the body and stuck the knife inside, right?
yes. So if we're gonna recap,
So she,
his
how do we contradict the statement?
this is the question.
Yeah.
This is the question. His version of events is trying to say that everything she did, including getting the knife, taking the bloody thing, and everything that happened in the apartment, in the hotel room, is premeditated, right? So his version of events is to suggest that she walked in, knowing he was dead, and just intended to tamper with the crime scene to make sure that it didn't look like an assassination, but to make sure that it looked like Matt on guard did the murder, right? So based on everything that happened, it was really suspicious that we looked at it and went, oh, she didn't expect to see him dead, but then took the opportunity to stage it as a murder from Matt on guard to take her revenge, right?
Okay.
I didn't kill him, but I'm using this opportunity is what we thought. He's saying no, she actually wanted to do this from the start, but effectively I was not willing to frame anyone else for the murder. In fact, I'm prideful of the fact that I kill, so I want my calling card to be there.
Yeah.
And she is like, well, that's not useful to me. I'm only hiring you, according to him, to frame Matt. Therefore, I'm going to tamper and take the card away. I'm going to hide the card deliberately and take a bunch of other stuff. The fact that she took the card is pretty dumb and suspicious, because we were like, why the fuck did you take the card?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And she's like, oh, I don't know. I just whoops. And that's not a great excuse for somebody who is innocent, so to speak.
But it did happen.
But it happened, right? So following through on his thread right now, I'm trying to find an angle to defend it, but I don't see one. That's my recap. Maybe if we think differently, maybe if we think about it in terms of people.
She went in, fast broke, the juice.
She placed. Supposedly poured it because she was nervous. I was trying to point to this or this as a sign of like her doing something while nervous.
Yeah.
Objection!
Oh my god. It actively wanted the juice.
Oh, wow, okay.
Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. DeKiller. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Carita had been murdered.
But how do you know that?
From this wine glass, Your Honor.
The glass.
Mr. DeKiller's supposed client thought Mr. Carita had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim.
But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan?
That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they never would have left their fingerprints behind.
I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion?
Do you remember that point? Do you remember her pouring the glass because she thought he fainted? I'm remembering...
Yes.
Okay.
She did say that, yeah.
Okay. Okay, then I misremembered that point. I thought she poured the glass herself. And, oh god, it was, this was like 4 sessions ago.
This was a long time ago, yeah. But yeah, the juice because of the fainting, and then she realized that he was dead. That was in one of her testimonies, I think.
Yes, what I misremembered, I guess, is that, she poured it and set it down, and then we challenged her on how you could be so calm. And then we found out about the broken vase and in the water. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, in any case.
Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon?
Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail?
A stutter?
It's not very important. It's a point anyway, correct?
I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Corrida's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all.
How strange.
Yes?
Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation?
Phoenix, if the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble.
Yeah, I know.
Objection? Mr. Edgeworth? I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence.
Ah, sorry. Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you. Anyway, I am positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken.
I guess revealing Maya is obviously endangering, so,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
Very well.
Right now I have to buy us more time. Which is why we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of this trial is with those items.
Request taking. Man, I'm so sorry. I brain farted. I thought you presented the juice, but you presented the guitar case?
Yes, because I was trying to talk about the fact that there was a fumble.
Right.
There was a broken case. There was a stumble. There was a fuck up.
Yeah.
And I was trying to use that
Moment
shakiness
of like, oh my god, this is a surprise to me.
to say that
Yeah.
she did not know.
Yeah.
And the game said no.
Yeah.
And then I went, all right, there was the glass she poured.
Uh-huh.
And then I remembered that incorrectly as she poured herself a glass and then put it down. And then we pressed her to say, why would you see a dead body and then pour yourself a glass and put it down?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then we're like, oh, we talked about how she was a calm and calculated person so far because we didn't see her shaky side yet. So far, she had a cool demeanor.
She was cool. She was in control.
So we were operating on that level. Therefore, that's what I was remembering at the time. And then when we found out about the broken vase, which I initially thought was signs of a struggle, and it turned out she was like, oops, no, I fucked up and broke that glass. And again, this was like 4 sessions
Yeah, that was
ago.
a long time ago, yeah.
Right? So I did not at all recall that the pouring of the glass was related to fainting and her not recognizing it as a corpse initially.
I was distracted. I thought we had submitted the class and the judge said no. So, yeah.
This request came to me, a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. We met at a certain bar to discuss the finalize a few matters. That was what occurred. I trust my memory, and I believe I've made no mistakes.
Yeah, the reality of this is literally every single game after this with a log of text would make all of these problems go away. If we could just scroll the fuck up, you know?
Yeah, it would be tough to like go back way, way back. So.
It would, but some games do it.
Oh yeah, okay. Or maybe just like a key points log. Something, anything.
Persona, SMT, you get a lot of RPGs these days with a text log that just literally lets you scroll the fuck
To
back.
the beginning of the game?
Not to the beginning of the game, but to the beginning of the chapter.
Okay, yeah, okay. So you physically met your client, huh?
That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Examination.
Request taking.
This request came to me, about a week ago.
1 week ago. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations. I was barely able to finish. When you request my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind.
Please stop.
In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind. Specific date and time.
There was a stutter, and that is to be remembered. Lest we forget. But it is true that taking that card absent-mindedly
That was stupid.
is way too stupid to be unintentional. And if it was unintentional, then it just coincidentally lines up with his narrative in a really convenient way. You know what I mean? It's so incriminating that it's insane, but to believe in her, we have to trust that she did it without thinking.
Yeah.
And he just happens to have wanted that to happen, to frame it this way.
Plausible.
Very difficult.
Was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony.
Did you ask why on that specific night?
No. I tried to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request. But as for why, I only had my suspicions. Your suspicions, huh?
So what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night?
I'm sure it was all for the bear.
The bear?
My client spoke of it. I'm sure there'll be a bear-shaped figurine in Juan Corrida's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me.
You must be talking about the bear puzzle. Yes, exactly. The handoff.
Inside that figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose its content at the press conference after all.
That is correct. And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was.
I see.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
It was very important. He's made one thing clear. That is, the client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Huh? Why is everyone so quiet?
Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that.
Oh, really?
Witness, please continue with your testimony.
Hold up. And then he lets it go. Okay.
What about the other branch?
Exactly. The killer set sounds plausible, but in the end, it's just his conjecture. No, Your Honor, I don't think it's very important.
Well then, witness, please continue.
Yeah.
Met at a certain bar to finalize a few matters.
So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right?
Of course I did.
What was that? What was that brief pause? What the fuck was that?
Oh, that's weak, the killer.
What the
That's weak, the killer.
Hey, yo!
Shelly.
I would like for you to give us a few more details.
I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I've never taken a request by telephone or by mail.
And why is that?
That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. That's the only way to establish this. That is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye.
Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
It was very important. Of course it was. If Mr. the Killer had met his client before the murder, then it's unlikely he's mistaken.
So you're saying that his client really was Adrian Andrews?
No, I guess so.
You see, it's just as I said.
I'm so lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here?
Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and relax. Now then, would the witness please continue?
See, I thought we were setting up I thought we were going to say it was very important because now we can press him on the details of meeting her in person and push that little gap, but that's not where the game went. Rewind. Why he meets his clients is not important. And that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions.
Oh. What do you mean by that?
My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person?
I already told you, Mr. Wright. I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him.
Him? Really? Really, dude?
Fake name? Hi, I'm Adrian Andrews. Nice to meet you. Sure, whatever you say your name is.
What? You're saying that the killer met with Angard and Angard introduced himself as Adrian Andrews?
I'm throwing that dart.
What are the odds that he wouldn't know that it's Matt Angard after working in his place?
I don't know.
After working in his place, Matt Angard is known personality.
I don't know.
That would be...
I am an assassin. I am hired to do the deal.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Matt Angard is being framed for my crime. I committed that crime. I'm the murderer. Who the fuck is Matt Angard? I don't know, but he didn't kill him. He's on the stand. He's on the crime. He's on the stand for being the one who's guilty. Well, he didn't do it. I did. Fuck that. You better make sure that whoever this person is, they get off. Because that's not what happened. I killed. And furthermore, my client, Adrian Andrews, is guilty if you want them. But that's between me and them. But whoever this other person is, they have nothing to do with this case. And I'm not going to stand for framing. I put my card down to make sure you know who did it.
So, do you think that he met face-to-face with Angard?
I think...
And that he didn't see who's in court?
I'm taking this one fucking line without clicking forward.
All right.
To update my brain's autopsy report. And I can be crazy, but that's what the fuck?
Okay.
What the fuck else is this?
I'm hoping that it's a slip of the tongue.
Let's find out.
And
Let's find out.
Like,
let's find out. Let's follow.
Yeah, it's Adrian Andrews. That's why I meant him. And he's like, oh, fuck, I said him instead of her.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just, we're in the woods right now, man. That's when I thought I can trust this person as a client. Because it's so weird if he's covering while being so prideful of his job, but then you're lying about certain aspects of this. Okay.
Let's see what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance?
It was very important because he misgendered the person he met. If I heard what I think I heard just now, then I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of utmost importance. What other reason would he think Adrian Andrews was a man? Is it because he met and spoke to a different person? The only other man is Juan Corrida, the victim.
Oh.
And he referred to him by name, talking about the room and the surveillance and the bearer. So that doesn't lead to anything. I'm just take your brain on a walk for a second. I just, you know. Anyway, let's just click.
Huh? Really? If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony.
Very well. From the moment I saw him, I thought I can trust this person as a client.
I mean, if he's looking at evil asshole. I might be stupid fucking wrong here while we don't know what the future holds.
Shit.
But I gotta be in the realm. Like he didn't meet her. Is the point. He didn't meet her.
He didn't meet her.
That's what I'm getting. Like, no matter what, regardless of whatever motivations I'm throwing at it, he didn't meet her.
He didn't meet her.
Yeah.
And, oh shit, maybe it's like good versus evil on guard.
Well,
and he thinks Adrian Andrews is evil on guard.
I
don't know. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Sure, I guess. You know, it's just...
Because Adrian can be a man's name, right?
It can be a man's name, and that's what I'm deliberately... That's why I had that moment.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, that can work. Anyway, we can just click and watch. It's just fun to guess where things are going so you can get in the frame of reference.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. All right. What are we talking about here? But as we know, that's not how it turned out, correct?
What do you mean?
Adrian Andrews turned out to be a client who couldn't stick to the rules, right?
Well, yes. I suppose you are correct.
So I would like to check one last time. Are you sure your testimony is accurate?
Believe I made no mistakes.
All right, let's do the final press here. So your client was Adrian Andrews.
That is correct.
Well, he says the two of them met.
But if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong.
Excuse me, there shouldn't be anything wrong with the killer's testimony. Before I present this, can you think of any other reason the word him is being used here? Because it's obviously wrong, and well, we can simply float on the fact that it's wrong, but I'm curious if there's any way for us to know why, or if it's simply in the realm of, oh, this is interesting.
That's new, right?
That's new. We definitely did not have both cards there. Yeah, that's that's an insane localization error, or
Impossible. I would have never flown.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, in the gameplay, can you think of a reason but why that would be the case? Because it seems so fucked up.
The moment I saw him, I thought.
No.
Well, he clearly met a man.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, the fact that like Matt on guard is here
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, no, she's the one I met. I met Adrian Andrews. But then he's saying him. Either he's trying to cover on guard, which I think it's not the case. I think he's like the him. Sorry. The him.
Because I was for a second, I was almost like, it's like he could be his representation, her representation or whatever, but that doesn't work because he's like, I need to meet you face to face.
There was a small part of me at the very beginning that thought, oh, he's saying it's Adrian Andrews, and then he went him, like, oh, fuck, I used the wrong pronoun because I actually met Matt on guard, and he just fucked up. But I was like, no, that would be too simplistic, right? That would be too boring in a way. So then I went, oh, him, Adrian could be a guy's name. So maybe he met the evil part of On Guard. And Matt On Guard is the cool duderino surfer guy. That's where my brain went.
That he's thinking of the two personalities as two different people.
Yeah.
And that one of them is Adrian and the other is Matt.
That Matt On Guard showed up as the asshole, but it was like, yeah, my name is Adrian.
Okay.
But that's a lot of like...
Yeah. I'd like to go over this one more time, Bailiff. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time, correct? Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy. How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale. What? Shelley the killer? You've never met the real Adrian Andrews. Why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up. About her. So what is the issue? Nani?
I was like, hold up. But hey.
Nani kore?
Nani tendayo?
What is the meaning of this? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you she's a woman.
Yeah. Order in the court, Mr. Wright. What is the meaning of this?
The witness testified the following. He always meets face to face with his clients when taking their request.
But he has never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, that is exactly the point. That means Mr. the Killer's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews.
Okay, so he either never met in person or is just lying. Lying is also simple too.
Lying is good. Lying is
super simple
so
too.
Good.
Ew. Why?
Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name.
Does this work in Japanese? Did they also go with a unisexual name in Japanese? Like Makoto?
Mayhaps, yeah. Yes, Adrian Andrews is without a doubt A very androgynous name.
Hiro Kamiya. Okay.
Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. the Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. That's crazy.
It never came up.
It never
came up. Damn, I want to see the Greek translation of this game to see if it ends in OS or with A. Oh, shit.
And so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What is going on?
Yo, check the script. They never said she. And could he heard? Would he have heard on the? How good is the speaker?
Shelly the Killer. This court demands an explanation.
I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. What had happened was...
So does that mean you remember something different now? With your perfect memory?
Oh, yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more, I
know he's just gonna spit out more lies. Maya's just like arms folded, like, bitch!
Very well, but this time please give us the truth, and nothing but the truth.
Objection! Pronouns, Your Honor! Eviscerated. FF14.gif. She, her.
Vaporized.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail.
We ain't there. We gotta go.
We're not there.
We're not there. We gotta go. We are out of time.
Brother.
Brutal. I said it was a shorter day, and it turns out it was.
It was super short.
I thought I was hoping, but it is what it is. That's another cliffhanger. At least we're starting on the testimony. At least we're on the testimony.
Oh my god! This guy!
It's insane. It's insane. I said from the jump. I said we had 3 hours.
Yeah. Dude, this story though.
This is insane.
This is a crazy
This is insane.
And the fact that, like, until now, like, this swerve right at the end.
Well, now it's just a question of, did he meet a liar? Or did he meet no one and nothing, Duckman?
Oh my god.
That's the question.
I guess we'll figure it out next time.
I have to know. Sorry, I have to know. Hold on. I have to know. Before I eat shit here, I have to know. Because it's not an insane theory.
Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail.
By mail?
There may have been times I took a job without having met my client. What? The request was for the murder of Juan Corrida and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client might be a man.
Brother.
Bruh.
Bro.
Bruh.
Clown.
Not like this.
At the end, put the face mask on.
Return to the big top.
Put the nose on, the hair.
The big top never dies.
No way. The killer. You had it so good.
You sounded so cool.
We're so
You
boss.
sounded so professional. I called you Agent 47. That's crazy. We are still at the big top.
Yo, OSS 117, you're the worst freaking agent, man.
That's crazy. I fucking took a website email. I sent out a Google form, and they sent it back. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, this is filled up. All right.
PayPal, okay.
Got
Run it. Cheetos all over the fucking shirt and all over the mouse and keyboard. Cheeto dust everywhere while he's reading the request.
Pathetic.
Piss bottles. Piss bottles.
Jugs. They're actual jugs.
and Cheeto dust around the fucking computer where that request came in. Holy fuck, Shelly. That's crazy. We'll see you next time.